Caroline Fenton from Yahoo Sports hanging out with Philadelphia Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert. And not just the Philadelphia Eagles tight end, also Super Bowl champion Dallas Goedert. How does that feel to hear?
It's incredible to hear. It's been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. So having it finally come to fruition is pretty special.
How does one celebrate a Super Bowl, anyhow?
We had a lot of fun in the post game party, but I celebrated with my teammates, family, and friends, and it was super special. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, the best has yet to come. I can only imagine that Philadelphia is ready for you all to get back and ready to celebrate that championship with a parade in Philadelphia fashion, I'm sure. And you won that game in blowout fashion. Frankly, all of us on the other side, nobody expected that to happen. At what point did you feel like you could say, we're going to win this game? We're going to be Super Bowl champions. Was it when you were up 24 nothing at a half? Was it Cooper DeJean's pick six? We all at home were saying, hey, this game is over at halftime. When did you feel confident in saying, we're going to win this game?
Yeah, I tried not to think about it too soon. I remember the first time we played them and lost in the Super Bowl, we were up 10 at halftime, and I was feeling pretty confident. So, I made sure to tell everybody just we got to stay right here. We got to keep our composure and keep doing what we've been doing because the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes is so special. And if it's a close game, he seems to always find a way to win. I just kept telling our defense if they don't score, they can't win. And, they definitely embodied that. They played an incredible game.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes has been able to do magical things, something that you learned the hard way 2 years ago. You mentioned it in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, lost to the same team that you beat on Sunday in the Super Bowl. And then you go back to last season, lost in the wild card round of the playoffs. I know those were devastating losses. I know those obviously were not how you wanted your seasons to end. But what do you feel like you individually, this team as a whole, learned from those losses to kind of fuel a Super Bowl championship this season?
Yeah, going back to 2022 season when we lost, we didn't have to handle very much adversity. Last year, we couldn't handle the adversity that was thrown at us late in the year, and having the off season to reflect, build on those things. I think that's what made this team so special. Any adversity that was thrown at us, we were able to handle. People getting injured, the next man up mentality. We did such a good job of that this year. And, we just had a complete team that was fully together, really connected. And it was really special to be part of.
It did kind of feel like that chip on your shoulder mentality, that next man up mentality. It feels a little bit like a trickle down effect from Jalen Hurts. From the outside looking in, at least, it feels like his mentality is just different. His thought process is just different. So, from your perspective, you work with him every single day. How is Jalen Hurts different from other quarterbacks or other players that you've played with in the past?
My biggest quality that I think I respect of him is he's a true winner. That's the one stat he cares about. He doesn't care about his passing yards, his passing touchdowns. He doesn't want to turn the ball over. That's the other one, but he cares about winning. He puts us in great positions to win the games. He makes the plays on fourth downs, plays when we need it. He finds a way to put us in a successful position. When we don't win, he's just worried about what he can do to help us win the next one.
And that feels so obvious, watching him play and listening to him in interviews, that is his mentality. Another thing that stands out to me, at least, is selflessness. He did an interview after the game. The first thing he talked about was how defense wins championships, giving praise to the defense, not just what they did on Sunday, but really throughout the entirety of the season. How much of what the Eagles defense did on Sunday kind of fueled the offense? How much did that give you guys like some confidence and some swagger seeing what they were doing to that Chiefs offensive line?
Yeah, they were getting after the offensive line. They were getting after Patrick, and it was incredible to watch, incredible to be a part of. And they definitely put us in a great situation. Cooper DeJean's pick six right before the half, coming getting another three and out, and we weren't able to score, giving them a little bit of time, 2 minutes or whatever. I thought maybe Patrick would put together one of his famous 2 minute drives, and Zach Bond was able to get an interception really shortly after, and put us in position to go up 24-0 into halftime. So the defense just put us in positions the whole day, and the way they were playing offensively, we couldn't let them down.
Yeah, I mean, what they did, and it was one of the best defensive performances that we've ever seen, which makes it even more impressive considering that it was against this Chiefs offense that has been so unstoppable, specifically in the postseason. But you bring up Zach Bond, you bring up Cooper DeJean. I'll add in some other additions that the Eagles added this past offseason. Quinyon Mitchell, first round pick in the 2024 draft. Saquon Barkley, who put together an MVP season this past year. With those additions in mind, really, how did this year's squad feel different? How were all of those pieces able to come together to put together a Super Bowl campaign?
Yeah, it was incredible. Starting from upstairs, Howie did an incredible job building this team from top to bottom. The additions playing, starting two rookies in the secondary and being able to go to the Super Bowl and win it is pretty special. And they both got a lot of good football ahead. And getting Saquon Barkley to the offense, Mekhi Becton, we just had an incredible team that was super close. And it seems like even though I only played with those guys for 1 year, it feels like I've been playing with them forever. And, that comes from Coach Sirianni and how good he is at getting the team to connect and play for each other.
And that speaks so much to culture. We talk about that a lot, but it's huge. And it sounds like just from everything that you're saying, the Chiefs had, or excuse me, the Eagles had such a strong culture. There was a lot of conversation about the Chiefs dynasty, about a potential Chiefs three-peat. And look, rightfully so. But how much of that did you kind of play into? How much of that really kind of fueled the culture inside of this locker room? Maybe a little bit of bulletin board material going into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, one thing that sticks out is, I think it was Pat Riley said they could use the three-peat terminology or get it trademarked for them or whatever. That was something that we weren't going to let happen on our watch. And, we didn't let it happen, but there was definitely fuel to that, the success they had, losing to them 2 years ago, feeling a little bitter about that game. So we definitely use that all as fuel. And it's just pretty incredible that we were able to get the job done, that we were able to bring the Lombardi back to the greatest sports city in America.
Absolutely incredible. And I know that there are still some streets in Philly that are recovering from some post game celebrations. I know that the goal, and I know that what's driving you now is to be that next dynasty, is to come back next season and recreate the magic that was this past season for the Eagles. What gives you confidence in this team that you can run it back next year?
Yeah, it starts with the quarterback. We got a true winner at the quarterback position, or offensive line and defensive line. We got a majority of those guys coming back, and both of those two groups were so instrumental to our success this season. So, we'll rely on them and trust that we're able to fill in the rest of the pieces. But if we can stay close, if we can stay connected, I think only good things can happen to this team.
Absolutely. Dallas Goddard, thanks so much for hanging out with us and congratulations.
Thank you.